on the tin.
Oh, right now. You can see StoneHenge! Yeah, she's really enjoying it, I think. Oh, that's good. Yeah, because she told us all about it. She said, well, it's a bit expensive, and so I think she was a bit embarrassed, and I thought, well, yeah, let's have no on with it and everything. And then it's because Susie all came off and we went and had a look, and it was only like 160 or something. And Maureen said to us, it's not that expensive. Yeah, actually. Maybe some people that is a lot of money. People who take interest, that's a bit. It's all right.
Giant rats.
There we go.
We've been gone 2 hours and 51 minutes. 3 hours, walked to StoneHenge. Welcome to Curly Seams.
Grab a drink and enjoy the show. Welcome. I'm Emma.
And I'm Tracey.
And we are
Curly Seams. It's good to have you with us. Good to have you with us.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. So we've just come back from walking to StoneHenge, so there's going to be a little clip of that later if you've not seen it already. Not sure where it's going to go yet.
Editing.
Editing, yes. Now somebody told me it was only a brief walk. It wasn't going to take very long to get there.
It was a brief walk. I don't know what your problem is.
7 miles later.
It wasn't 7 miles. I am absolutely convinced. No, I'm absolutely convinced it's not 7 miles.
So my watch and my phone.
They're wrong.
My watch
They're
and my
wrong.
phone lie apparently.
They're
it
wrong.
said 7 miles.
No. I look like I've got a
15,000
headdress on. I look like I've got 3 feathers coming out the
do,
top of my head.
I've got tail feathers coming out my neck. So.
Oh, that says something. No. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, nice of you to join us. If it's your first time joining us today, we are 2 crafty cousins who live in the south of England, and we like to quilt,
Knit,
sew,
crochet,
bake,
garden sometimes. We established that last time. Walk now. We can add
walk.
walking to the list.
Yeah, we can have walking. I think a spider's just dropped down. Looked like a spider just dropped down from the ceiling. It's always chaotic.
It's very chaotic.
Yeah.
It's very chaotic.
Just go with it. Trust me.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining us today. So on our little episode today, and I forget which episode number we are, but what I can tell you is it's basically almost after 2 years since we did our very first podcast. Shall we do that again?
Oh my god. No, just
got
part of the course, actually.
We've got no time, the battery's going to run out.
Yeah, we're on a deadline today. We've only got a certain amount of time on the camera, so
we've had
around.
So much fresh air today, we're giddy with it.
Oh my word. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually our first podcast was the 30th of May, I believe, 2019.
Wow. 2 years. Who'd have thought it?
Yeah. So anyway, thank you to all of those that have supported us right from the very beginning, and thank you to those that have recently joined along. And if you're new to the podcast, it's the first time you're watching us, it isn't always like this. No, actually it's always like this. It always is like this.
Don't listen to her.
So anyway, thank you for watching, and if you like it, please consider subscribing. So we'd love that. Give us a comment and a like and all that palaver, and let us know what you think along the way. So on today's episode, what have we got today?
Well, not a lot, actually. Truth be told.
Why would they stop and watch us then?
Because of our lovely personalities. We've got a bit of quilting. We've got a bit of knitting. We've got a bit of purchasing.
Yeah, we've got, if you are a Longarm quilter, we've got a little bit of footage to show you how to clean your machine. Because I have just come back from Quilt Direct in Tavistock. So I've been doing some staff training down there.
Yeah.
And I've come back with a few new products. So I want to show you what I found. So we've got some goodies to show you too.
Fantastic.
So, and we've got a couple of challenge pieces we've both worked on.
We have, yes.
And we have, we're doing a Quiltalong at the moment, so we're going to show you how far we've got with our Quiltalong.
Yeah, so lots to show, hopefully.
So actually we have a lot to show you, so welcome aboard and let's get cracking.
Let's start with the Knitty Gritty, shall we?
Knitty Gritty.
Knitty Gritty, what you got?
Well, I am still working on the Stephen West shawl that I started. Now you remembered.
We'd never lose her. You'd never lose her in a crowd with this one.
So I'm right at the end. I'm almost at the end of this. So I am casting off. So I'm doing an I-cord cast off at the moment.
Wow.
So, do you know, I forgot the name of this again, but it was the...
we have this every time you mention it, I think, don't we?
We do. It was the Knits...
Extravaganza? No, that was the slip.
That was the slip.
Yeah. It was the hibernation
one,
that was
yeah,
it.
that's right, Knittalong.
Yeah.
So I think this was supposed to be finished the end of January, so
You're a bit late.
didn't make it. So I've really enjoyed knitting this in stages because it's been a challenge for me at every stage. We've got lots of different techniques, a little bit of slip stitch, a little bit of bubble knitting, and then some wave kind of stuff at the end. I don't know what the nitty terms are, so
That's the technical term.
I just did my best to follow the pattern, and I didn't always follow the pattern, but I did my best. And I'm casting off now. There should be another row down here. There should be 3 more rows down here.
Okay.
But I have actually
You've had enough.
I've reached my limits. So I'm
Okay,
casting
fair
off.
enough.
So
Fair
it's long enough. By the time it's blocked, it's going to come out quite nice and long.
Yeah.
And it will be lovely. So this is using the Stephen West bicycle wool.
Right.
So it's
You got it as a kit, didn't you?
I did. I bought it as a kit.
Yeah.
In this lovely colourway, when I thought I'd ordered the colourway in plum.
Nothing like what
know.
she thought she'd ordered
Don't
at
know
all.
what I did there at all, but hey no, there we go, this is what I've got. And yeah, I go in and out of love with it. I think I will love it once it's finished.
Yeah,
and
I
off the
think you will.
needles
When
and
it's
blocked.
blocked and
When it's
everything, I
blocked,
think
yeah.
it'll be completely different.
Yeah, but it's been fun to knit, and I've enjoyed trying all the different techniques. So I really love this bubble.
I really love that
Honeycomb,
section.
honeycomb
yeah.
kind of bubbly design. So let me show.
Yeah, it's
Let me
amazing.
show that. So I really do like that. Whoops, let's get that in
You
focus.
just kicked your ball of wool all over the floor.
We can pick the ball up again later. But yeah, there's some nice bits in it. I'm not the best at knitting these kind of things, but it's kept me out of mischief. So that's all I've got.
Okay, well that's good. I'm still working on my socks. Dot seems to think it's a zigzag wool. Now I'm on the heel shaping bit at the moment, and I have already done this once because I did the heel and then said to Dot, I was then on to just doing, you know, the foot part.
The foot,
yes. But then when I said to Dot, all of that was off there, and I said to her, looking at, am I going to have enough wool with that? And she said, oh, actually, I'm not sure if you will. So she took me back again, and we lost a little bit of length off the sock.
Yeah.
And then, and now I've just done the heel again.
Good practice.
Well, that's what she said. She said, "Oh, it's
Yeah.
good practice for you." So, so I'm just on the. Is it the decreasing part now for the heel?
So you're pulling it back
That way,
into,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm really enjoying it. I didn't actually mind too much having to go back and do it again because it was, you know, it was quite good practice. So,
Yeah. Nice wool though, isn't it?
It is nice wool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And the pattern it's forming is really nice.
Yeah.
It's not self-striping, it's self-patterning, isn't it? So.
And the other one matches,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I'm quite impressed with because she sorted me out, you know,
Yeah.
with the wool. So, but
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I'm
really
really
good.
enjoying it actually.
Excellent.
Yes, it is.
Excellent. And you've
nice
got your
to
lovely cocoon
That's
tree
my
bag.
little cocoon tree bag. Yes, and I
Very
won
jealous
that.
about that.
I won that off Amy Palco, the Meaningful Stitch podcast. Tracey was really miffed because she told me about the competition and I entered and then I won and she didn't.
Hey ho.
So yes, so that's what I'm working on at the moment with my pages and pages of instructions from my mother-in-law of what I've got to do next. She's done it row by row for me.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh, well done.
Yeah. So but yeah, quite enjoying
Oh,
that.
that's brilliant. Excellent.
So knitting wise, I think that's about
Yeah,
it.
so that's the nitty gritty. That's the nitty gritty. We haven't got. I do have another thing on the needles. I'll talk about that next time because that's been sat in the bag, languishing for a little while, a long while. I'll get to it next time. So as soon as I finish my shawl, I should do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Right then.
Right. Moving on.
Yes, moving on. I think I mentioned last time we talked that I was going to do a workshop with Pappersaxsten.
Yes. Yes.
Jenny Haynes, and it was a Zoom workshop all about curves and I decided I was going to do quite wacky colours, sort of quite bright. So Martin bought me these back from a trip to the States one year, and they've been sat in the drawer. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. How did you find the... So for those that don't know, Jenny Haynes has a really lovely technique for joining curves. and she does lots of Zoom classes, so if you, doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can jump on a class with her, so highly recommend the class.
Absolutely, yeah.
But she has a set of templates that help you produce the designs, and it's so quick and easy.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy doing
I
that?
did really enjoy it, and some of my curves aren't, I need a little bit of work on some of them, but I've got more of the fabric, and I did actually treat myself to her templates.
Yeah, I did
so,
too.
So I think I'm gonna go on and make some more of those. So I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it if you get a chance to
fabulous.
take part.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. There we go. So,
Yeah.
so does this pattern have a name?
It's a sunflower
Sunflower,
block. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice and summery.
Yeah, indeed.
Nice and summery. Well, we've got nice weather here at the moment, and we did for most of the walk that we did. Because we walked to StoneHenge this morning, and it was overcast to begin with, wasn't it?
It was.
And literally the last 5 minutes of the walk, the 7-mile walk,
It wasn't 7 miles.
it rained, and we got quite wet just in the last 5 minutes.
We did.
Which is a shame, but anyway. But
Yeah,
it's
so we had to
sunshine
have a
now.
change of t-shirts for.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering about continuity purposes, we got wet.
It got wet. So, but yeah, the sunshine is nice. Sunflower is
Yes.
nice because the sunshine is
It's coming out now. Yeah, it's a bit warm in here as well now.
Okay, so shall we move on to the, no, we'll do the quilt log in a minute. So
Yes.
I have been working on a pattern by, I've got the letter,
Quiltalong.
Emily Denis.
Denis.
Emily Denis. So this is what I've been working on for a little while, Quilty Trees. So this is just a series of blocks. I haven't actually pressed any of these blocks yet for a reason. So this is all using grunge fabric on a pale pink background, sort of green, different greens on a pale pink background, which is quite an unusual colour base, but I actually really like it.
Yeah, it's nice.
I really like it.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, I think at my last count I have got over 100 blocks made.
Wow.
So I don't know whether to make one super large quilt or to make 2 smaller quilts, which I will donate
Excuse me.
to the charity for the quilted hugs.
Right.
So this is for people who have been in care homes as children and then reach the age of 18 and are basically pushed out into the adult world and have very little to their name. So we've been making quilty hugs for them to have something of their own, basically. So I think I might support.
That's
that.
a nice idea.
So and those are like long, sort of narrow and long, so it can literally wrap around you. So it's a quilted hug. So yeah. So I've still to decide, but anyway, we're getting closer to a finish. So they've taken me quite a while to make the blocks.
They've been going on for a while, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm going to lay it out the same way as a pattern. I'm going to go my own way, but the block was all I needed. And, But nice pattern. I enjoyed making it, and I love the fabrics. So.
Grunge.
Who doesn't love grunge?
Love
Who
grunge.
doesn't love grunge?
Very nice.
Yeah, that's it.
So the other thing that we've also been taking part in is Curated Quilts. For each issue, it's a quarterly magazine, is it?
It is a quarterly
magazine.
Yes.
And for each issue, they ask for submissions for their mini quilt challenge. So it can be anything from 10 inches square up to 16 inches. And they usually set a colour palette so that, they all sort of look similar colour-wise.
They get a cohesive look in the magazine, yeah.
So Tracey decided she was going to enter this time, and so she bought the fabrics in the colour range and she did hers, and then she decided that I was going to enter as well.
I did, yes.
So I received the fabrics, I think Friday last week, I think it was, they came, and the submission date was yesterday. So it was a little bit tight time-wise.
I don't know what you're grumbling about. You had at least, you had 4 days.
I was
you had
at
4
work
days
one
to do
day.
it.
I was at work one day. Anyway, so I have done it. So have you got yours?
I have got mine.
And we will show them.
Yeah, ready? So the challenge, by the way, for this time around is polygons. So and a polygon is anything that doesn't have a curved edge to it, basically, and is I think squares were excluded.
Yes, they said no squares.
No, although that square is a polygon, it was excluded.
Three sides or more? Yeah, 3 sides or
more.
No, 4 sides or more.
Yeah.
Is it a polygon? Because the 3 sides triangle,
a triangle,
isn't it?
yeah.
So it must be 4 or more.
Well, I don't. No, I think you can include triangles. You can include triangles. You get scalene and you get equilateral scalene and what's the other one? Begins with an A. I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
Lots of different types of triangles. I can't remember. Oh,
No.
do you know? I should remember that.
Never mind.
Anyway.
So yeah, polygons. Now, what size did yours come out at?
It came out at a 15 1/8 square.
15 1/8. Mine was 12 and a half.
Oh, okay.
12 and a half, so just
Yeah, so 16 was the max, 10 was the minimum,
yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah. So this is what we've produced.
Ta-da! They're different, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. So what did you do?
So, because because I was up against time a little bit, I actually, and also I've been prepping for a class later this week, and we were doing raw edge bonded fuse applique.
Okay, yeah.
So I thought I'll utilise that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So mine is a like an elongated hexagon. I think they also call it a honeycomb shape. I think.
Yeah,
now.
although I always remember them being called church windows.
Church windows. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when I first started quilting, my granny gave me a template. For
Oh, I remember that. You've shown that before,
yeah,
haven't
for
you?
English paper piecing, and it was that shape. And my first 2 quilts were using that shape.
Right.
So I striped some fabrics, and then I cut the shape out using Bondaweb, and then they were fused down. And then I couldn't decide what I was going to do around them, because I thought initially I'll leave them, but then I thought no, I'm going to have to stitch them down. So I used the blind hemming stitch with a monofilament all around the edge just to catch them. And then just lots and lots of quilting over the top.
So a nice checker, you've got a cross hatch, half-inch cross hatch through the centre.
Yeah.
And then some straight line either side. That's lovely, I love it.
Yeah. And then it's just got a facing.
Yeah, I did a face facing.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
So yeah, and it's called
Excellent.
Granny's Polly's.
Oh, I like that, Granny's Polly.
Yeah.
That's lovely. That's lovely. So I chose to go for 9-sided polygons, which shows a nonagon, I think it's a nonagon. And I laid it out in kind of like a regular format. So this is a regular, you know, it's 16 of them. So it's picking up on the traditional aspect of a quilt, which is block base. But each of the polygons have been, I hand appliqued them.
Oh my word!
Yeah, I hand appliqued them.
Because she had more time than I did, obviously.
I did have a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but a little bit. And then I did a whole load of straight line quilting, which you probably won't see
No,
from
can you get
the
a bit
distance, but okay, and that is that. Yeah. So I did, so a lot of straight line quilting. Then I used a different coloured thread to actually just highlight some areas as well. So
very nice.
So, and again, I did the faced binding the same as Emma. So I don't know if you can see that or not, because you can't. No, it's the same colour as the backing fabric, so you may or may not see that. I quite like a face binding.
Yes,
yes,
I mean, I used Jenny Haynes' little tutorial that she's got on
so
her.
did I.
Right, there you go. So yeah, go check that out, because it's a really good tutorial.
The only thing I did do extra, I actually did like a dressmaking technique where I understitched. I put an understitch line just to keep to stop it from rolling round.
Yeah.
So.
And I had one corner that just was not happy about going, so I decided not to force it, because I didn't want to poke through.
I know, that's the only problem with a corner on these. You've got to be quite careful. There's lots of bulk in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
So, but I like the look of a face binding very much.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, very nice. I like this odd blue one over here. I think that's really nice.
These were all the colours. There was it's 5, isn't it? 5 colours, is it? 1.
Yes, and No.
What, 6? No, 5. No, six. Because the backgrounds are different colour as well.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So it was 6 colours in total. I did use all 6 colours. You used all 6.
No,
as well?
I didn't.
No.
I think there was one that I didn't use.
Yeah. So mine is called Catalan Beach. So my husband comes from Gibraltar, and there's Catalan Bay, and he remembers Catalan Bay from when he was a little boy, and he said it reminded him of all the beach umbrellas.
I was going to say beach umbrellas. Yes.
So he named it, so that's what it is. It's Catalan Beach. So.
Very nice.
So yeah, but it was a really lovely challenge.
It was.
I'm so pleased that I did it and entered it. So
I was chuffed I managed to get it finished in time.
Yeah.
And
We don't know if it's going to get included, but that doesn't matter at this point. We've both taken part, and I love it.
Yeah,
so
and I think that I'm going to hang mine up there on my wall. Actually,
yeah, I've got a little spot. I'm going to hang mine as well.
Yeah,
so I'm pleased with that.
So that was good.
Yeah,
very, very nice.
Yeah,
right then.
So now we're both taking part in a Quiltalong, aren't we?
Yeah,
because we're involved in running it.
Funnily enough.
Yeah, we're co-hosting with Chip from Fibre Hustle and Stuart from the Wool Patch, and it's the Alaska Rainbow Quiltalong. And the Alaska Rainbow is a pattern designed by Laundry Basket Quilts.
A bit scrunched up, I'm afraid. I sat on it.
Yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous design.
Beautiful, beautiful pattern.
And obviously the rainbow, with it being the month of June and Pride and all the rest of it, so it fits the bill quite nicely.
It does.
So we have, I believe, the best part of 50 people taking part.
Yeah,
which
the
we
response
were
has been amazing.
so pleased. So, you know, if you are part of the Quiltalong, honestly, I can't tell you how happy I am that you're all taking part. It's lovely.
It is, and we had a kick-off party on Zoom, and I think we had 20. Oh, I want to say 26 eventually.
It was something like that.
A few people did jump on and then drop off again, but yeah, we had a little one, and everybody went round and said who they were and where they were from.
It was lovely.
Yeah, really good.
I felt like I really got to know quite a few of them
Yes.
already. So.
Yeah.
So that was nice. So that was a nice introduction. So it's going to run for 8 weeks. We're coming up to the end of the prep week. So
we are.
Prep week was cutting week, and getting your fabrics all together, getting all the fabric pieces cut.
Yeah.
I have chosen to cut as I go along.
I have as well, simply because I just can't cut all that much in one go, really. Just can't manage it.
There is quite a bit of cutting.
There is. Although some people have got kits.
Oh, not me. I don't have a kit.
No, you know who you are. But yes, we're cutting as we go. So
yeah, the kits are pre-cut template pieces, and I must admit, when I was cutting mine out, I was thinking I wish I'd actually gone away and bought one.
Me.
Anyway, so the first two blocks have been completed. There's 8 blocks in total for the first week. Now, obviously, we're jumping ahead because we want to, if anybody needs any help, we're here to help, by the way, and we're trying to find any pitfalls with the pattern along the way, or if we can identify any hints and tips that we can pass on too. So we have made the blocks in advance, so we're going to try to be 1 week ahead of everybody else. That may not continue. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I've enjoyed making them so far. So.
I think I'm going to remake mine actually, because I did mine. We got a little bit confused, so I was working. I felt like I was up against a deadline, so I did mine in a huge rush, and I think it shows. So I think I might actually redo mine and take a little bit more time on them. Yeah,
and I've got a mismatch in sizes between 2 blocks, and I don't understand why. So I'm still trying to understand what happened along the way. But between the first block and the second block, have I bought the second block with me? I may have bought 2 of the wrong blocks with me.
First. See, mine I've got an awful lot of ballooning in the middle.
Yeah, so. Mine wasn't too bad, I have to say.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the first one. The first 2 are actually the same, look very similar, but it's the placement of the colours that are different.
So that's my second one. Yeah. So that's the yellow.
With the green in it, isn't it? In the corner. Green, where does the yellow go? Okay.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a 1/4 inch difference in overall size between the 2 blocks.
That's interesting, isn't it?
I used the same template. I used the same seam allowance, which is a scant 1/4 inch seam allowance.
And same pressing.
Same pressing. And I don't understand why I've got that much difference.
No.
So what I might do is make the next set of blocks and see what size comes out from there.
Yeah.
And then take the average and
Yes.
try and work everything to that.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know, I honestly don't know how it's changed, but that's a little bit too much, I think. Quarter inch is too much between one block and the next. I could fudge it and I could make it fit, but I don't know what's going to happen to the centre. They might be, well, they will definitely need balloon. One of them will balloon out and I'll have more fabric, but the only thing I can think of is that I did starch the fabric, and I starched one lot of fabric on one night, and then I starched the other set of fabric the following day.
Do you think humidity might have any part to play
Yeah,
in
it
that?
could well
maybe?
do. It could well, but I
I
wouldn't
was
have
thinking about that the other
expected-
day
yeah.
actually, but it just seems really odd.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it does.
So it's probably you. It's probably me. I've probably done something along the way.
User error.
User error. I'll make another set and then decide.
Yeah. Mine consistently came up a quarter of an inch smaller than what they should do. They should come at 9.5, and mine were coming up at 9.25. So I'm going to, like Tracey, I'm going to keep going. If they're all 9.25, then that's fine. I'll just use 9.25. I'm not.
I think that's to do with the fact that the seam, we have both chosen to press our seams to one side.
Yeah.
And the pattern suggests that you press your seams open.
Well, actually, I think the pattern says to press them to the side, but I think in her videos, she says actually press them open.
Right, okay.
I think, anyway, I might be wrong, but I think that was
Okay.
what it was.
Okay.
But, yeah, either way.
Either way, it doesn't really matter if you press to one side or not.
No.
So it's whatever you choose to
Yeah.
do, to be honest.
And I...
But the thing is, you want to get consistent sized blocks,
You
otherwise
do.
it's going to cause an issue down
Yeah,
the track.
not
So
fun.
I have yet to understand why I've got my variation. But
I tried some, I tried some pressing to the side, I tried some pressing open. It just, like I say, I think I might redo some of mine and have another go at them, to be honest. And also I got a little bit, I'm easily confused, trust me. And the sew along actually says that you should sew blocks 1 and 3 in the first section. Only I completely forgot that, and I followed the pattern which went blocks 1, block 2, block 3. So I'm actually
ahead of the game.
I've got block 2 as well.
That's alright, you're ahead of the game.
And the other problem I've got as well is I'm using these turquoises. These are all Juicy Juicy's range.
Right.
But they are such loose weave that they just fray and they move, and I will be very glad when we move away from this colour palette, because then I'll move on to more solid, more.
Now, both
solid
of us,
fabrics.
I've chosen to go colours similar to the actual pattern. Well, the colours are similar to the pattern, and I've chosen to go plain fabrics. I'm using Kona cottons.
Yeah.
And you've chosen to do a mix of print
I've gone stash, so I've pulled all of mine out of stash, and so it's a mixture of plains, grunge, patterned. Yeah, it's a bit of everything thrown in.
I managed to get everything from stash, so it's 23 colours. So I was quite impressed.
Yeah,
I
I
got 23
wasn't
out of
fun
stash.
actually.
But actually, it's kind of scary.
No, I'm proud.
I have a fabric collection
We're proud.
I can use. So anyway, it's not too late to join in. If you do want to join in,
please
so
do.
consider doing that if you want to.
Please do.
So if you do want to jump in, you can contact us, or you can contact Chip from Fibre Hustle, and he will give you the information, links to where the pattern and the templates and the information about the schedule for the actual Quiltalong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we could do that too, I guess.
We could. Yeah. Just get in touch.
Right. What's
Okay.
next thing?
So I think that's all I've got to sew. That's all I've got to sew sewing wise.
Show.
Thank you.
So I have something else to show, because I've been working on your blocks of the month.
You have, yes, yeah. So because we haven't been able to get into classes or anything like that, my ladies like to have something to tick over with and to keep them going. So I did it's just a nice little block of the month. Nothing
That's
rash,
lovely.
but it's,
I really enjoyed it.
they're enjoying doing it, and I offered it to Tracey's as well. So I said, because in previous years Tracey did a row by row that she offered to my group, so I've offered it back to hers. So I think is there 6 of
I think
six
six
or
or
ladies,
seven, I
yeah.
think, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yes, I think there is.
So each month they get the instructions on how to do it, and
Which is very nice. So I've chosen to go with a grey
lovely.
background. I've got some tulip pink that I've been saving for years.
Yes.
Years. Now, was it? I actually can't remember the name of this fabric range. Well, it's going to be on here, isn't it?
Oh, it's so pretty.
Do you know what? What was this called? It's Tulip
I
Paints Free Spirit.
a red version, I think, of this.
Oh, I got
Dandelion.
Dandelion. Was that the actual name of the
Prince Charming?
Prince Charming. That's
Prince
what
Charming.
Yes, that's
yeah.
what I wanted to say. Prince Charming. So yes, well, I'm using a number. I haven't brought them all with me, but I've got a whole stack of those fabrics.
Oh,
so I'm
nice.
using those. I'm going for like a green, pink, white, grey colourway. So that's the first block.
So that one was the Key Lime Pie. That one, that block was called.
Yeah, I love that.
Nice.
Really nice. And then I absolutely adore this block. This is Crown of Thorns.
That's lovely. No, Country Crown.
Country Crown.
That was it. Yeah.
Country Crown.
That looks really nice.
And I love the way you get that curved effect. It's actually straight line piecing, but it looks curved, doesn't it?
Did you template piece yours, or did you paper foundation it?
I paper foundation.
Oh, you did do it, did you? Right,
yeah,
okay.
So part of it is just traditional piecing, and then 4 corners are foundation paper piecing.
Yeah.
Which I'm not the world's greatest fan of foundation paper piecing, but it gives good results.
It does. It does. And I could have given you all templates, but I decided it was just easier to do it paper foundation piece, to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It looks really good.
That's what I'm doing.
Lovely.
So,
it's nice and fresh.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it very much. So
Good.
Greens, pinks, greys, whites.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
I'll just.
No, you won't give me up. No.
Okay. Nice try.
If we've got any left, you can have it.
Thanks. Really, I don't need any more fabric, trust me. Right.
So, that's my sewing.
Okay,
In terms of quilting.
I think that's me as well, actually. So, have you done any acquisitions? Any pantry?
I've done plenty of what do we call it? Pantry Provisions.
Pantry Provisions.
Pantry Provisions.
Yes.
I haven't actually bought any fabric or anything, although I've been tempted. I haven't done it.
Right.
I've been quite good in that respect. But I'll say this week I have been teaching down in Quilt Direct, which was amazing. Really loved it. Very hospitable. People looked after me incredibly well, fed me incredibly well. I feel like I put on £5. I probably have put on £5. I don't know. I was teaching 5 fabulous girls, and the actual shop itself is amazing too. So and the surrounding area is great. But I picked up some new products.
We like products.
Oh, I was tempted to buy some Amanda Murphy rulers.
Oh, yes. Now, I think I might look into those, because I
Yes.
fancy trying some of hers, actually.
So, for those of you who've got long arms, Amanda Murphy does a fantastic range of rulers, and I was seriously tempted, but I need to think clearly about which ones I want.
Yes.
Which ones I want.
Yeah.
But I want to give a shout out to Riley at Quilt Direct. Riley is 13 years old, and he was showing me how to use Amanda Murphy's ribbon candy template. So,
At 13.
13, yes. He also showed me how to use the Longarm, the automatic Longarm, which is the Q-matic for Benina too. So he was helping out with that. So
That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Watch out for that name in the future then.
So that was good. So what did I pick up? I picked up a couple of things. The first thing I picked up
It's a tickle stick.
if anybody knows Ken Doll, it's a tickling stick.
It's a tickle stick.
So it's a little mini duster. It's a sheepskin mini duster.
How cute is that?
But it fits in all those places you can't get another duster. Inside.
Steady.
Inside your long arm, inside the bobbin area, you can get right in there and it gets all the bits of lint. Yeah, it's lovely. I was really impressed with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm going to have one of them.
I'll put links to it below because I really recommend this.
Yeah,
we actually
good.
have got a little demo of this, but we'll pop in probably now, actually. Okay. It's machine maintenance day today, so we're giving the track and the machine head a good clean before we get ready to put the next project onto the frame. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean the tracks first of all. So I have a microfiber cloth, and then I'm going to give the tracks a good clean to get rid of any lint, any bits of dust and debris that's actually accumulated on them. And over time they do actually get quite dirty, so it's important to try and do this on a regular basis. So if you can get into the habit, do it once a day. If not, once a week at least. So I'm going over the tracks. I'm really giving these a good thorough cleaning, and then I'll use a yellow cloth and we'll see just how dirty these tracks are. Don't forget to move your head to one side as well to do the other side of the track. Yep, they're a little dirty. That's normal though, that's normally what happens, so don't be concerned, we won't tell anybody. So, and then don't forget to do the other side, because you've got 2 tracks, front and back, and then we've got cross tracks to do, so there's 4 sets of tracks to give a good clean. Yep, they're not too good either. What's the cross tracks looking like? And the cross tracks aren't too bad, but they still needed a good clean, so don't forget to do it. It is important you keep the dust and the debris off. And the reason you want to keep the dust and the debris off is because you want your wheels to be nice and clean. And if your wheels aren't clean, then the machine will feel every bump. It will pick up every little piece of dirt and dust on them, and then it will transpose into your quilting. So you've got little blips in your quilting, which is not a good idea. You want to keep them nice and clean. So we're on a Bernina Q20 at the moment, on a frame, and the Bernina tracks come with a safety cover on them, so I've removed those so I can get in to clean the wheels. So don't forget to put them back on after you clean the wheels, but you can't get access to the wheels to clean easily unless you do remove them. So again, I'm using the cloth to actually get around the wheel, and I'm looking and feeling for any dirt and debris that's on them. And giving those a good old clean. A little bit of isopropyl alcohol on the cloth would also work nicely. We don't have that today, so I'm just using the cloth itself, which is going to be good enough. Check for threads, make sure there's no threads wrapped around the wheels. That happens. Make sure you've got no bits of batting that's got stuck in them as well. And remember, you've got wheels, you've got 8 sets of wheels to actually clean, so it's quite a, you know, it's going to take you 15 minutes to give your machine and your track system a clean. But it's definitely worth doing. It pays off because you'll get much nicer quilting results. So I'm going to carry on doing this, and we'll get back when I'm finished. Once you finish your tracks, don't forget to give your table surface a good clean as well, because lots of dust and debris collects on that as well. Okay, so I've given the tracks a good clean, and I've given the cross tracks are the ones that run this way, given those a good clean. I've taken the covers off, given the wheels a good clean, put the covers back on, and now we're going to go to the front of the machine, and I'm going to show you how to clean in the inside of the bobbin area. So I've moved around to the front of the machine now, and I'm getting ready to clean the bobbin area of the machine. First of all, I've removed the needle and the sewing foot, and then I'm removing the access plate so I can get into the hook and race area. Then I'm going to drop the flap and remove the bobbin from the bobbin case. So have a good look inside that bobbin case and see what you can see. There's likely to be lots of lint in there. Not too much in this one at this point in time, but I bet there's still going to be lint comes out when I give it a good brush out. So I'm using the little mini duster here. This is a sheepskin duster, and it seems to pick up a lot of lint. Inside the bobbin case on a long arm, there is a brake spring or an anti-backlash spring, depending what you want to call it, and there's always going to be little bits of lint stuck behind it. So make sure you give that a good clean. Also check the health of that brake spring as well, because they are disposable items or consumable items. You will need to replace those in time. Now get the little mini duster and really get into that basket area, the bobbin basket area, and really give it a good clean. Lint is the long arm quilter's worst enemy. It's going to upset your tension no end if there is any lint in there, so really give it a good clean and be thorough about it. Spend time getting as much lint out of that area as you can. So keep on cleaning in the bobbin area. Even when you think it's clean, just give it another going over, because you'll be surprised. Lint and fluff keeps on coming out. Look at that, even more is coming out. Even, you know, I thought that was clean and there's still more stuff coming out. Yeah, lint really is the long arm. Well, actually, if you're a long arm or a domestic quilter, lint is your worst enemy when it comes to tension. So spend the time there, because you will appreciate the results you get afterwards. But look at this, even more stuff's coming out. These little micro brushes from Quilt in a Day are actually fabulous. They get into all those nooks and crannies. And I'm going to move the hook here. I've just gone up to the top of the machine and moved the needle bar up and down a bit. And look, see, even a little bit more dust and debris has come out there. A little piece of lint there. So you'll be surprised just how much comes out. But spend some time doing this. As I say, you will definitely get the results in your quilting. So I think we're getting pretty close to getting everything out there. Double check, give it another going over. Check underneath to make sure you haven't got any oil deposits that have accumulated in the little tiny areas at the back there. And yeah, I think that's looking pretty good there. We're not far off. And then when you think it's good and ready, you're going to be okay to put everything back together. And before you put everything back together, it's worthwhile just giving your hook area a drop of oil. Now I'm moving to the upper thread tension assembly area, and I'm giving that a good clean as well. And depending on which brand of machine you've got, you may or may not have a cover over this area, but if you do, make sure that cover is lint free as well.
There you go.
So that's how you use your little tickling stick. Isn't that good? So that was that. So I picked up that. And then the other things
I'll hold that.
You hold that.
Make myself useful.
Yeah. And then the other thing I picked up was these Eleanor Burns sewing machine cleaning brushes. Now, obviously, these are for long arms or domestic machines, but they're a series of tiny, tiny brushes. They've got like a little fibre end to them. I don't know. Am I going to block you out? Can you see or not?
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully you can see that. It's really tiny, but it gets in. You can really get it into the hook and race area of that bobbin, and really get into it and pull out all those tiny little bits of lint and fluff that you didn't even know were there. We pulled out loads, didn't we? Yeah. It was incredible, really, and your machine wasn't even that dirty.
Well, I had cleaned it, not long ago, so it just kept coming. It just
kept coming out.
Yeah.
So I recommend those. So you get, how many do you get, actually?
There's quite a few, though, in a pack.
You get 25.
And you said you can use them over and over. They're not like a single-use item, you can use them a few times. Yeah,
micro tip for precise cleaning, bendable for hard-to-reach areas, and you get 25 of them in the package. So I definitely can recommend those. We've just given that a good try. So
yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
good.
I really like those.
Get a pack of those as well.
Yeah. So I came away with those two for the long arm.
Take that off me because I'm sat here fondling it.
Don't fondle my tickling stick, thank you.
Mrs.
Then the other two products.
Oh, what's these?
I picked up with regard to the Alaska Rainbow.
Yeah.
I know I like to use a glue. I glue base my pieces. I don't pin. So, and I know a lot of people think that's weird, but I know at least one other person on the Quiltalong that also uses glue to pin based, the 2 glue based pieces together. So I don't feel quite so weird anymore. But I've done that, I've always done that for a very long time. But this glue comes highly recommended. It's Acorn Precision Piecing Products. It's seam align glue. So apparently you need absolutely micro dots of that to join the 2 pieces of fabric together. Now I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to give that a try, and I'll video it when I do to see what I think about it.
That's really good, isn't it? Never pin again. Set with heat.
It's similar to the, I mean, I use heat when I tend to use Elmer's glue, but you can, if you haven't got the right cap on, get quite a blob of it. So,
oh right, okay.
But you do need the heat to actually set the glue. But it's a micro tip.
Yeah.
And you need a very small amount by all accounts.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know if you can see it. That's really fine, isn't it?
So we'll give it a go and see what we think.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know what that's like.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. So I hadn't seen it before at all. So it was the first time I'd seen it. So I thought, oh well, I'll give that a try.
Am I doing the? Oh, I'm doing.
I
the
don't know.
wrong
I'll sort
end.
that out in a minute if it comes up.
Doing the wrong end. There you go.
And then the other thing that caught my attention is because again we're doing the Alaska Rainbow and we've got very tiny templates, and you've been suffering with arthritis in your hands.
Yeah,
haven't
I have,
you?
yeah.
So you've been struggling to get the pressure on the template to be able to cut around with the rotary cutter. And the templates as they come can be a bit slippy, can't they?
They can, yes.
So they're an acrylic template, the same as you get a ruler or something like that, but there's no non-slip surface underneath.
Yeah.
Although you have kept the paper on them.
I have on mine, yes,
So
which is carries tip.
Yeah, when you buy acrylic templates, they tend to come with a paper backing which you peel away. But you left the paper backing on just to give you a little bit more, stickiness,
yes.
I suppose.
Yeah.
So, but I found this product which is called Grippy. Is it Odif? Odif Grippy. And that's designed to provide a non-slip coating on templates, your cutting rulers, and your Longarm rulers.
Oh.
So, and that was demonstrated to me, and it looked fantastic. So you spray it on.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel sticky, but it gives like a frosted finish underneath.
Oh. That's
Not so much you
interesting.
can't see through it. You can still see all the markings and everything, but it definitely feels like it's got that stiction. You know, it sticks.
Stiction.
Yeah. Which is a word, by the way.
Is it really?
Look that up. That
Oh,
stiction.
okay.
So I'm going to give that a try as well and see what I think on the small templates and see if I can get a good, purchase to cut around.
Yeah.
So, but I've never seen that product either. So this is the first time I've seen this. I've not even heard of it.
No.
So this is the first time. It's a French. It comes made in France apparently. So
okay.
So yes, for makes rulers non-slip after spraying Grippy, rulers, template, stencils. Oh, rugs, you can do rugs as well. Hangers become non-slip.
There you go.
There we go. So I'll give that a try. So that's what I bought.
Absolutely.
So notions. I bought notions.
Well, that's all right. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Have you bought any?
Squeaky old chair. The only thing I was saying to Tracey, I feel like I've got a direct line to sewhot.co.uk at the moment. But it's all been fairly boring planes and things, so nothing really exciting. But the other thing I did buy, and it's Fibre Hustle's fault, but I couldn't help myself. I bought, so this is from Bunny Crafts Oxford, and if you watch Fibre Hustle, Chip made two amazing quilts,
He did actually,
lemon
glorious,
pepper
weren't they?
quilts,
Yeah.
yeah. And she dyed this based on his quilt colours. So I bought myself a thing on that.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but
It's lovely.
I quite like it.
Oh, you got a stitch marker on it
And
too.
I've got a little stitch marker, yes. Yeah, she's
Oh,
got
how
a
cute
little
is that?
little
Little cloud.
stitch
Is it a
marker
cloud?
as well. Little cloud? I think it's a cloud, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so I don't know if you can see that.
I like the colourway, love. It's lovely,
Yeah.
isn't it? So grey and yellow speckles.
So let's find something to make with it, I think.
A single set. Or you could use it. Is it what weight is it?
It's double knit.
Isn't it? Okay. Okay.
double knit. So yes, so I will find something to do with that. But it's lovely,
Isn't it just?
So
Very nice indeed.
So yes, so I think that's about all I've bought really.
Yeah, I haven't got anything else.
No,
So that's it.
that's amazing.
Yeah, we've covered everything.
I think we have.
Got my neck.
I know. We're in
Wow.
time. That's a first.
Which is just as well because we literally got minutes left
Have we really?
on the battery.
Okay, so let's say very quickly, thank you so much for joining us. If you have enjoyed the episode, please give us a like down below and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you get news of when we put out a new video.
Indeed, yes, indeed. So we went to StoneHenge. I hope you enjoyed that visit to StoneHenge with us. And you're going to see the stones. I thoroughly enjoyed it. My 7-mile walk. I'm not going to let that drop. She says I'm lying. I'm not lying. So yeah. So until next time.
Take care.
Take care.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Look after yourselves. And we'll see you next time.
Keep sewing.